Hi, it's Malcolm here and welcome to another video, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can take this system. I'm going to show you how to put it together, all the little bits and pieces that come together. It's only 5 or 6 pieces I think, and how you can use it at any betting site. I'm going to actually show you on PR ratings, but you can use it literally anywhere. It's so simple. But I'm also going to show you how you can use the information from the winnings. So I'm going to show you this spreadsheet, and if you stick around to the end of the video I will actually give you that spreadsheet. It's all yours. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through the spreadsheet, show you how you can actually increase your stakes to make 5,000, maybe more. And you don't need big winners a month to do that. And I'm going to show you how that works. So stay tuned and let's get on with it. So my name's Malcolm. If you don't know me, I've been creating software for the betting industry for over 20 years. And in this video, I want to show you how to create a system and how to go and find it on a Racing Post or something like that. And how you can use small winnings to make big gains eventually. So I'm going to take you through that. Won't take you too long, but let's go through it. So what we're going to do today is we're going to create a favourite system. Now, I know the minute I see that, I get people going, oh, you can't win on favourites, da 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 da. You can't win on favourites. You know, you won't make profit following every favourite, like you won't make money following every second favourite, third favourite, every favourite that came first last time out, every favourite that came second last time out. You won't win lay-in favourites, you won't win lay-in second favourites, and so on and so on. What we try to do is we look at the information and we try to find little pockets of information that give us a chance to make some money. So we're looking for value in different places. Then there's value everywhere in racing. It's just a matter of finding it. And that's why I create software like PR ratings so that you can find value reasonably quickly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of my knowledge to create this system. And then I'll tell you why, and then we'll go from there. So first of all, I'm going to just stick that to 2024 because we're only interested in this year. It's been 10 months, lots of time to play around with. Okay, and I'm going to use 5 to 50. I'll tell you the reason for doing that. Basically, there's not a lot of stats under 5 runners to make it worthwhile, and also it's not very profitable down that side of the racing. So 5 to 50 runners, and if you want to go to the place side, you'd generally need 5 runners in a race to be able to place it anyway. So that's another reason for doing that. We're going to use handicaps, and the reason we're going to use handicaps is because you have more information about handicaps, and people have had time, or punters have had time, to study the horses and everything about them. So if they're favourites, there's a good reason for them being favourites. Okay, so handicap favourites. We are going to stick to one type of race, and that's the hurdle type of race. Now, hurdles, in my opinion, is the better of the two. Chase are a bit too long, and you know the jumps are a bit too high for my liking. Hurdle races is kind of a balance. You get hurdle races all the way through the year, and so you know there won't be so many during the summer period, but there are still races during that period, and so it's worth having a system like that to play around with. As I said, we're going to stick to favourites, so we'll turn this to 1. One thing about favourites is that these are BSP favourites, and sometimes you've got to be right close to the race to be able to work out what the favourite is. So there's not many selections a day with this system, so it shouldn't be a major problem. We're going to select UK only, and the last part of this system, first to second last time out. Basically that means in the last race this runner came first or second. So we're kind of thinking, well, it ran pretty well the last race, or it won the last race. It's got a good chance of maybe winning this next race. Doesn't mean it will, but we're thinking that it's got a good chance of doing it. And that's basically it. So 5 to 50, first to second, handicap races only, on the hurdle, UK races and favourites. So if I just update that now, like so, and that'll take a couple of seconds to just shoot down. So as you can see, they're now highlighted: 5 to 50 runners, handicap, hurdle, first, second, last time out, the SP rank. Now, if you add PR ratings, you can do a lot more. You can highlight these quick analyze buttons. So I could have a look at, say, class and go, is there any profit in particular classes? So as you can see, this is the back side. It also shows you on lay sides and that kind of thing. So theoretically, sticking to class 4 and 5, it's not really worth it. The number of selections, if you took these first 3, there isn't that many selections to go on. So we could argue only stick to class 4 and 5. It would lower the profit a little bit, but it might give you a little bit more consistency. So you could do that. But I don't want to go into that this video, increasing the filters. We'll stick with this. You can have a look at other filters as you take selections. So early rank was this one, and still at 11 AM it was still favourite. This one was favourite early, but this one became favourite later on. And as you can see, first and second, both first last time out. It's handicap races, it's on the hurdle. Okay, again, handicap race on the hurdle last. And that one's favourite, still favourite 11 AM. And there's 3 selections in this race. And that one is favourite and favourite 11 AM. Price is quite high, so it could mean that that's not going to stick to being favourite. So if we come down and we have a look at the results, we've got 81.95 points profit. We've got a longest losing run of 13. Now, why does that matter? Well, that kind of tells us how much money we can afford to put on each selection. So, for instance, if we've got a bank of £100, yeah, we can't put £10 stake on every runner, because if it has 13 losers in a row, that's £130. Well, we haven't got enough to do that. It does mean we could probably do £5 on a race. If you want to be safe, you do £1 on a race. And, you know, this is money. Obviously, we're dealing with money that you can afford to lose. It's always the same thing with gambling. You know, your bank is there to help you get through those losing periods, but you could lose the whole bank. Only bet with money you can afford to lose. You know this already. Okay, so we know roughly, you know, how much we can stake, and that's why it's really important when you see people giving you, you know, these big graphs of hundreds of pounds and thousands of pounds of winning, which I could easily do. I could change it to show you £10 stakes or £50 stakes or £100 stakes and say, look, this is all the money you can make. But most people start off low with £100 or £50 and they've got a stake accordingly. So keep that in mind. Points is just what it's made. That's after Betfair's commission of 5%. I only pay 2% commission. You can do that by going into Betfair and going to their offers page, and then normally you can turn off the offers and get a lower percentage on the exchange. I generally only use the exchange. I might use the odd bookie here and there, but very, very, you know, not very often. Archie score just means it's probably okay. It's not random. It looks about right, that kind of thing. 2.25 is the average winning odds. That would actually be 3.25 because that's without the 1, so 2.25. And the ROI, return on investment, is 17%. Okay, let's have a look by month. So as you can see, in the winter, there's more selections. As we move into summer, selections have been less. We're halfway through. We're getting near the end of the flat season now, so this will probably start going up. We're halfway through this month, and we've done 21 selections already, made 7.86 points in profit so far this month. Okay, so if you were doing this naturally, and I just show it as 1 point, win or lose, okay? This is a back system, so if you put £1 on and you lose £1. If you make profit, if it wins, then you make your stake times whatever the winning odds are. So if we went to the daily selections, as you can see, that one there won at 3.77, which was 2.63 when you take one off, and so you would have won £2.63. Well, you would have won £2.77 minus commission is £2.63. That's why I always put commission in the results to make it as truthful as possible. Okay, so it doesn't actually, it's had that bad run there, which was actually, funny enough, last month, and it has the odd long losing run, but it doesn't really have many. I think it's only had one 13 losing run. So, you know, going by those results, it's only done it once. So you could argue that, you know, chances are it might not happen again, but we don't know that for sure. Okay, so let's go across to the spreadsheet. We look at the spreadsheet, and then I'll show you how you can select these runners on the racing post, and then I'll show you how you can get the spreadsheet. So let's go across to the spreadsheet. Okay, so I put the results in the spreadsheet. The only column you really need is the PL column. Okay, you don't need the rest of this. You could delete that if you wanted to. But I just pasted over the whole result sheet into here. Okay, so you could actually do this daily. You could do it weekly. I'm just going to show you how to do it monthly. Okay, and you could probably risk a bit more if you wanted to, but I want to keep it reasonably tight. And even here, it's kind of getting a little bit risky with only 14 losers maximum at that stake. So, you know, you've got to be a little bit careful. So let me talk you through the spreadsheet and how it's put together. So 15.98 points at £5 made us £79.90. We then take 7%, which is that figure here, okay, of those winnings, and add it to our normal stake of £5. So you can see it's gone up to £10.59. So next month, now we've got 17 losers. We could take 17 losers in a row. That's £100 that we started with the £79 that we've already made. So we've got 179, and basically I've divided 179 by that there, and that means we can take 17 losers in a row before we haven't got any money left. And so our stake is now £10.59. We've won 8.57 points, so times that by £10.59 gives us £90. Again, we've taken 7%, added it to our stake, so our stake is now £16.95, and we go on and on until we get this loser here. Now, how you handle losers is up to you. You could argue it's only £14.23. I just stick to the same stake. I've lowered the stake based on the losses, taken the bank back down a bit, but you could take it down further. You could disagree with everything I'm doing here, which I won't mind at all, and you can decide to do it your own way, but I'm just kind of showing you how to do it. So our stakes are now 66. We won 8 points. We're up to £535 profit, which we've added to the bank, obviously, and we can now we've now got £1,500. With stakes up to 104. Now we can only go 15 losers in a row in this particular case, so that 13 is getting a bit closer. And you can play around with these and change them around to what you want. I'm just giving you one kind of definition of it. We have a good month, 11 points, make £1,167. We're now up to stakes of £160. We only win £4, but we win nearly, well, £759, nearly £800, close to it. We're now up to £239 stakes. This so far this month, we're up £1,879, and our bank is now £5,325. Whether you would keep that in the bank, I don't know. Sometimes you don't want to keep that much in your Betfair account, and you play around with it, and you might want to go on holiday or something like that. What I'm trying to show you is you don't need big profits. This is 8 points on roughly a month profit. You know, it's averagely, you get months which are better, months are worse. You don't need massive amount of money to make a profit, and that's what I kind of always tell people, is that it's not really about making massive amounts of money. It's making consistent money over a time period and then going from there. So that's the spreadsheet. What I do is I'm going to now show you how to select the runners, and then I'll show you how you can get your hands on this spreadsheet if you want to play around with it. Okay, hold on. Okay, so we're at the Racing Post site, and if we come down, we can see the different types of races. We've got flat jumps, flat jumps, flat flats. So we're interested in jumps. If you click there, you can see kind of which or what type of races they are. So that's a novice hurdle, novice hurdle. Now this is a limited handicap chase, okay, so we don't want that one. handicap chase, handicap hurdle. So this is the type of race we want. So we've got handicap hurdle there, that's a chase, and then a handicap hurdle there. So 8 runners, so that's what we want, at least 5 runners. We come down, okay, so it's a UK race, we know that, and the favourite is this one here, Pretending. So he's a favourite at 3-1, 7-2 is just over that. So at the moment, Pretending is favourite. Came first last time out. It's in a handicap hurdle, which is what we want, a hurdle, and it's handicap. There are 8 runners. It must be at least 5 runners. And basically that's it. So this would be a selection for us. So it'll win or it won't. You just have to find out later. Okay, so that's basically how you do it. And if you wanted to do just one more. So we did that one, it would come down to this one. So it's 14 runners, handicap hurdle. The favourite is this one here, but he didn't come first last time out. So not our selection in this case. So keep that in mind. It had to come first last time out. That is the one that's first last time out, but it isn't favourite. Whether it will be at the off, I have to check that later, but at the moment it isn't favourite. And the only other meeting today was, we're not going to use AWs, and that's not, sorry, we're not using AWs, that's an Irish one, we won't use that. I think, the Fakenham is a jump, so if we go there, and we've got a novice hurdle, we've got a maiden hurdle, we've got a handicap chase, so we've got a handicap hurdle here. And if we come down, we're just inside that, on that 5 runners max. The favourite at 9-4 came first last time out, so that would be a selection for us. So favourite first last time out, first or second last time out, at least 5 runners, handicap hurdle. So that covers all the bases. Okay, so that's basically how you do it. Oh, one other thing, just in case I didn't cover it, you can change these amounts here. So you could go £6 there, or you could go £1 there. So I just wanted to mention you can play around with these as well if you want to change the stakes and change the percentage, and even change your bank. So if you've got a bigger bank, you can play around with the percentages. So that's all that. If you want to get this spreadsheet, the link is appearing here, but it's also will be in the description below, or just make a comment, can I have the link to the spreadsheet, and I will put it in the comments for you. So I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope you find the system useful. So it's actually been making money this month. I think I started looking at it around the turn of the month, because when I saw it, I thought, oh, that would make a good video. So 7.86 points up so far this month, which is quite interesting. Yeah, so that's it. If you want to see a video that's similar, then look up here somewhere. There, I'll put a link to a similar video that you can have a look at. If you want to subscribe to the channel, that would be great. And if you want to leave feedback or anything, then please put the comments below. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.